Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Harry Tiganse Jingina and I'm today here with
Kenyon.
Kenyon.
Yeah.
Mikewe.
Yes, sir.
This channel is about travel, adventures, but today the story is a bit different. It's a twist. Africans in diaspora. Wow. Welcome to the channel. Why would I leave the comfort of the United States of America to move to Kenya, bro?
Well, I wasn't feeling too comfortable after a while.
Okay.
To be honest,
Yeah.
my whole motive was land.
Okay.
I wanted to be able to homestead.
Okay. Homestead.
I wanted to be able to grow my own food.
Yeah.
I wanted to basically live debt free, especially in times like these. I wanted to secure basically myself the best way I knew how, and I prayed through it, and that's what I was led to do.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why Africa?
So I think there's a lot of reasons behind that. Obviously, this is the closest to home I'll get. You know, being a descendant, or like you said, in the diaspora.
Yeah.
But a descendant of people who come out of chattel slavery. There is a separation from my heritage here that I think deep down in my spirit I long for to get reattached to in some way. But you know, relocating internationally is not easy. I just, like I said, I had a lot of faith in doing it. So Kenya stood out to me, and I couldn't really pinpoint why. I started doing more research, and it started to be, you know, seeming more attractive to me. But I tried other countries too. I looked and I did research about places like Mozambique,
Okay.
even West Africa. In Ghana, I know they made a way for people to come back and even gain their citizenship after so many years, but
It wasn't about citizenship.
Yeah, no. And Ghana wasn't that attractive to me because I also knew that it was going to be something that may, by the time I get there, be a bit oversaturated. I had already heard other things about, you know, how great it was, but I also was considering the fact that since this is already well known, it's probably more expensive now. It's probably not going to be as seamless as going somewhere new that's a little under the radar like here. Places like Mozambique, it wouldn't have been as soft of a landing because they speak Portuguese. South Africa, well, I may as well stay in the States.
Yeah.
Except, you know, the cost of living might be a little bit cheaper, but that's it.
Okay.
So, like I said, you know, I'm like, Most High, what do I do? Where do I go? Where can I go? Can I go? Yeah. You know, asking myself all these questions, praying, studying, sleeping on it, waking up with one brighter idea about moving towards that direction of it's getting more clear. This is where I can go. And Kenya was the only thing that stood up. So the first thing I did was I started to investigate, you know, how land purchasing worked here. Yeah. And then I started to do my research, and then I started to look up real estate, you know, with reputable companies.
Yes.
And when I found the right place, I made the call, talked to the agent, arranged for a viewing, a site visit. Yeah. And within 2 weeks, I was here. I had basically up to that point quit my job. Yeah. Sold my car, cashed in my 401k. The tariffs hit like immediately. Yeah. After maybe the same day, but my money had basically been secured. I got it out before that happened, and everything went down. Yeah. Like I said, I faithed it out for real because I had no idea all these things were going to happen. And when I got here, within the first month, I had purchased the property. Yeah. And within the second month, which is what we're kind of coming out of now as I go into my third month here, that wall had been built and constructed, and it's just about finished now. So, you know, a lot of bold moves, but what got me back here was my desire to be here, and I do believe it has a lot to do with that desire to get back to my roots and heritage and the value here, because in, you know, a situation where, let's say, especially considering right now, world events like a war or something were to happen, I believe sub-Saharan Africa, places like here, they're going to be a much more safe ground than anywhere else. And the one thing that Africa is not going to suffer from is a famine. Yeah. Food is abundant here, and it's healthy. Yeah.
So I would say a wise decision. But at the same time, while so many youths from here are thinking of going out,
All right.
You guys are thinking of coming back. What are some of those things that make you guys feel like here it's much better? Aside that you've talked of safety, you've talked of food security, you've also made mention of connecting back to your roots. Like you feel more at home. Nobody's telling you this is not where you're from. Nobody looks at you like a different color, and so much of racism is not really seen. Physically, maybe when you speak, people now get to know, oh, this guy's coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
What is one of the reasons that makes most African Americans think right now we think to move back to that African continent?
It's a mixed bag. I would still say it's a remnant of people. I think everybody, I'll give you some context based on experience.
Yeah.
So when I told people that I was leaving,
yes,
I was met with mostly positive feedback in terms of that sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Not
Yeah.
resistance.
Yeah.
In my case, it was resistance because maybe I moved from here, searching for greener pastures in the Gulf. And when I told people I'm going back to Africa, how can you do that? You haven't made it yet. Why do you think you should go back?
Well,
you're going back to where you came from. Why? You know? But I think it has been a blessing for me. So I don't know for you. So since yours was the opposite, tell us more.
Yeah. So it was, that's wonderful. As in, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how you do it.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Wow.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That was the other half of it. I was trying to finish. A lot of people, I believe, in the United States, especially among my people, my kin, my blood.
Yeah.
It's in their heart, it's in their mind, the idea of coming back here, especially right now with what's going on with politics. A lot of people are like looking for alternatives. Yeah. It's really expensive. It's really divisive. Over here, people may be at war with the government, but they're not at war with each other.
Yeah.
Over there, people are at war with each other. They're at war with the government, and the government's at war with other governments. Yeah. It's a red zone.
Yeah,
and people, especially what we would call black people there, whether they have the resources or not, it's a lot of fear holding them back from making the move. I noticed that because it would be a lot of excuses and deflections and projections onto Africa about, is it legitimate and is it safe? And
a lot of people really want to make the move.
Right.
But they are scared. There have been stories. Some have come here and their stories were not so good.
Yeah.
Do we really need to keep stereotyping, or do we really need to go prove for ourselves exactly what it is? I'm sure there are certain people who had told you, if you go to Africa, this is how it's going to end up, and that's how it's going to end up. But you just felt you wanted to go with your prayers and as well as where your heart was leading you.
Yeah.
You just felt like you needed to just do it your own way.
Yeah. I'm a very spiritually minded person. I'm very faith-based, and I don't do anything without getting my Father's consent and blessing.
Okay.
And I'm all in. Like I'm not like a halfway person. I'm very concentrated and focused on the things that I want to do. And obviously I try to make sure that the things I want to do line up with His will for my life. So even when it comes to things like coming out here and they question, all these different things about the continent.
Yeah.
And I kind of lost track of the last thing you were saying.
Based on the fact that some people have had their own bad experiences.
That's what it was.
Stereotyping.
Yeah. The whole thing about that is the same thing, like I said, that we do over there about, places abroad.
Yeah.
Like here. It's the same thing that a person can do living in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Living on this continent, looking at the news and hearing about some type of police killing or some type of terrorist attack or school shooting and say, I'm not going to America because there's violence and there's racism.
Yes.
And that could have happened in Missouri.
Yeah.
And that could be their justification why they won't go to California.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's all relative. And I think, like I said, if it's of faith, I think you're justifying your actions in a lot of situations. But when you're operating through fear, you probably would be best to stay where you are.
Exactly.
Because it's going to be irrational, and every step of the way, you're going to have doubt and reluctance. So I'm not recommending everybody do this. I would say you got to deal with it, within yourself. And I would recommend, like I said, because I put my faith in God, I would say pray.
Yeah.
As far as the benefits of this, I bought that land for a price.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the land.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not
Go
yet.
ahead. Okay.
Not yet. We're not yet at the land.
Okay.
So arriving in Kenya,
Yeah.
after making your decisions, were there these moments that you felt self-doubt after selling your car, selling everything, quitting your job, and saying, okay, I'm moving to Africa. Now I've got the visa. Was there this moment that you felt like, am I doing the right thing? Self-doubt. Was that particular time for you?
No. Once I took the restraint off of my God and myself, and I put in my 2 weeks, and that 2 week notice turned into a 2 day notice, and then that Friday I was done working, I had already known I crossed the boundary that I couldn't go back from. So what's the point of looking behind?
Okay.
And honestly, as I progressed towards leaving, things fell more into place, and it became very seamless. By the time I got on the plane and was leaving, certain money from certain transactions, like selling my car and my cash in my 401k, they hit my account. Leaving, I was negative some money in my account.
Okay.
But I had already bought the ticket, and I had already done all the stuff I needed to do, and I knew money was coming. So it was just a matter of when it comes, this is what I'm going to do with it.
Okay.
I didn't have that doubt because, like I said, I believed, and I realized that no matter what, whether it was an irrational decision, hasty or wise, and just had something I need to figure out as I go along, that my God was with me. He provided for me no matter what. That I was never going to be left for, or forsaken. That my motives and my intentions are good. And He's been blessing me every step of the way. No, I can't say I struggled with doubt. Not after I got on that plane. I felt relieved, actually.
So arriving in Kenya, first impression. This is your first time in Africa.
Yeah.
And this time you're not even coming to go back. You're coming and you want to settle here.
True.
When you arrived, what was your first impression of Africa?
All right. So let me think that through for a moment.
Okay.
I want to start on the plane. So this is when I kind of knew I was stepping out of the matrix into something different, a different reality. I'm leaving the Detroit Metro Airport, DTW, and I get on the plane. It's Ethiopian Airlines. Or Airways. And I get on the plane, I sit down, they've got beautiful hostesses, and they're walking up and down the aisles, and they're smiling, and they look happy and healthy, and I fall asleep and wake back up a couple times, but on the plane I noticed that there were kids, predominantly Ethiopian flight, but the kids are running up and down the aisles, being children, and some of them are kind of inhibiting the hostess's work, they're trying to do their job, and they're kind of running into them and getting in their way, but they were not perturbed or upset and offended at the kids. They would turn around and
play with the kids
and sit them down, caress them on their back, loving on these kids like they were their kids. And I thought, man, can you imagine in America today how they would treat these kids? They'd probably put them on Ritalin and tell them they have ADHD or something wrong with them for being kids. But they were very endearing and loving, and it was a strong sense of just togetherness on that plane. Now, this is Ethiopia. Okay? These are, Kushites. It's not even like I could say I'm akin to the Ethiopians. But I'm just saying this is a non-Western culture. A non-modern Western progressive culture. And this is how
they treat people.
Exactly. And then by the time I got to my layover in Addis Ababa, I met a Kenyan who was a rice farmer, and she asked me about myself. I told her what I was on my way to do. I hadn't even purchased the land yet, and she gives me her contact and tells me that she's a rice farmer. Reach out when I need her help. Doesn't even know me. And I don't, and she's contracted. It wasn't like she's trying to gringo or get over on me. She makes money doing what she does. But she wanted to help me. Got her contact, went on my way. Got on the plane, got into Nairobi. It was still the daytime. I said, this is definitely a different environment. It's a mixed bag for me because I'm at the airport. I'm not actually seeing the city.
The city.
But by the time I got to my first day, was able to drop my bags off. I've been flying for close to 2 days. First thing I did, I think I took a nap, or I ordered some food, and then I took a nap. But when I ordered food, I got something from a Brazilian steakhouse. Right? And I got it to go. I ordered on Glovo. They brought the food, and it was a lot of food, and it was very good. And it
organic.
I don't know how organic it was because it was it tasted organic. And I didn't feel sick afterwards like I would in the States eating red meat. But what happened was I looked at the bill. I paid it in shillings.
Yes.
When I looked at the bill, I transferred
to dollars.
Exactly. It was like $16 or $17.
Yeah.
And I know that kind of meal at a Brazilian steakhouse in the United States would be at least 50.
Whoa.
You know, close to 50.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
I'm home.
I'm home. Yeah. And as the days went on, I moved Airbnbs.
Yeah.
I stayed at Airbnbs. I have an apartment here.
Yeah.
Apartment, and then obviously the land.
Yeah.
Which is owned outright.
Yeah.
But when I went to the Airbnb, they were very welcoming.
Yeah.
And the people, like I said, it's not. I know the ones who travel for the women. They talk about the women. I would say that too. But all of the people, they're very. I've made friends here.
Yeah.
Men, you know,
real people.
Real, like I said, yeah. Even among the men, I feel like I can trust.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on guard all the time, watching, making sure.
Yeah.
But these people are really genuine and humble. It's a humble country.
Yeah.
So, getting here, the culture shock was simply just how there was a weight lifted off of me, and certain traumas and dramas that I was used to and living in and didn't realize I had.
Yeah.
I didn't need to carry them anymore here.
Yeah. Was it underrated or overrated?
In Nairobi?
Yeah.
I couldn't say, because most of what I would see online prior to getting here about Nairobi were people living a different type of lifestyle than me.
Yeah.
And I still haven't gone out to clubs or bars. That's not what I do.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go after seeing it online and then go to it and then say this is overrated, this is underrated.
Yeah. For me, I'm talking in terms of infrastructure, development, civilization. These are the things that I'm talking about. Is Kenya underrated or overrated?
I would say it depends where you are, honestly, because in neighborhoods like Westlands, maybe in and around Village Market, or you go to the CBD, or near some of the other shopping malls, or Nairobi Street Kitchen, it's pretty on par with what you would see online. So whatever I saw, it matched. It wasn't like something I thought was underwhelming.
Yeah.
Or I didn't necessarily get more than what I expected either.
Yeah.
Actually, the food was pretty good.
Yeah.
In Nairobi Street Kitchen.
Food.
The food is good. So
I can see your African genes really talking. That's your Nigerian genes talking, because Nigerians love food. So the food is the most important part for a Nigerian first. That's one thing we talk about. So it has been a journey. It's been 3 months since you arrived.
Yeah.
And you've really been able to acquire property. Mm-hmm. How would you rate acquiring property here in Africa and acquiring property in the United States of America?
So in the U.S., I had a mortgage.
Yeah.
And I had an agent who basically took care of all of that.
Yeah.
So I can't really compare, because here I had an attorney.
Yeah.
And I had obviously the real estate agent.
Yeah.
And it was purchasing land.
Yeah.
Not purchasing like a condo.
Yeah.
So it would be like comparing apples to oranges.
Yes.
And then apples to oranges from different continents.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really answer that one clear. I know that when I purchased land here, for me, it was with the people I dealt with.
Yes.
Because I know people are weary of who are you doing business with. With who I dealt with, it was very streamlined. There wasn't a lot of really any confusion. It was just a matter of just asking the right questions, getting to the bottom of things. I didn't buy it right away. I saw it right away.
Yeah.
And then I ended up kind of changing on plots. I wanted 2 different plots than the initial 2 that I put a deposit down to hold, which is like $100 US.
Yeah.
And when I ended up getting the ones I had, I felt very content and very relieved. And after making the purchase, I didn't feel like that was like the wrong thing. I felt like that was a great investment. Because like I said, when I purchased the land at the set price, and I fortified it with the fence and the gate.
Yeah.
Looking at that now, it's worth way more than the 2 of those things put together, and it's only been a couple months. I could flip that.
Yes.
But obviously, I'm going to build it into a compound.
Yeah.
I couldn't compare the 2 though.
Okay.
I just know that I went through here.
They're just relative.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're coming from, what kind of deal you want. Yeah. So, in terms of pricing, cost of.
Yeah.
If you had the same value of money back in the United States where you are, and having the same value of money here in Africa, how would you rate the level of investment? Would it have been equal, or would you be able to acquire similar property, live the kind of life you're living, if you're going to spend the same amount of money back in the US?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it would be like So let me just give you a little bit of background on the property.
Yeah.
Maybe not for you, but for the people
watching.
It's half of an acre in the Great Rift Valley.
Okay.
My property sits near a big freshwater lake.
Whoa.
That has hippos in it on one side.
Whoa.
It's near Hell's Gate, which is
Naivasha.
It's a big inspiration for the Lion King.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, the Lion King. I think a lot of the Simba, lion, all of that, they get a lot of that from that area. Hell's Gate, which is a national park. Longonot is right over here. I want to say a celebrity named Khalees actually bought like 300 acres. Yep, and basically, and I ran into her at the Village Market, by the way. I didn't speak long.
You ran into her?
She was with her kids. I didn't want to bother her.
Okay.
How you doing? Hi.
Yeah.
Kept it moving, but basically, I'm sitting in like paradise. It's beautiful. The air is beautiful. The land is fertile. It's great for growing food.
And since you want to have a homestead, perfect.
And there's zebras everywhere. And you'll see antelope, giraffes every so often. And then again, like I said, there's development in the towns. When you talk about Karagita or Naivasha town, parts of Naivasha town, some more than others. But I'm in that area, and for what you get,
easily accessible. You can be in Nairobi within the next 3 hours.
Right down Limuru Road, you kind of take you through my Mahu, Limuru. But what I would say is, for that, meaning the property and the where it's at, what you get, the view, the atmosphere, for what you could. I mean, you could get a small plot for $5,000 right now. That's why I'm trying to say, if you want to talk, let's talk. But for that, versus what you could probably get in a suburb, if there's even property like land to buy in a suburb of a major city in the United States, it's not even comparable. Or in a distant countryside, because I would consider where I got more of a countryside than a suburb of Nairobi, because it's further away. It's over an hour away. But it's not comparable. And the thing is, even if I were to, with that money that I spent on the land, and obviously fortifying the land and everything else that I'm doing, whether it's planting the trees and then building the secondary home, if you took that money and then went back to the U.S. with it, I mean, forget about buying a land, and maybe I could get a Kia Sorento. You know?
Just a rental.
not even the Telluride. I don't know. But, you know, as far as actually investing in land, even if you got nice land or land at that price, it wouldn't be near a national park. It wouldn't be near a freshwater lake. A mountain
itself.
A mountain. You wouldn't be near any of those amenities. And you certainly wouldn't be breathing the same air, and you wouldn't be eating food from the same soil. So it's a no-brainer.
The value is not just in the land. What is surrounding the value?
And the value is also in the fact that when you purchase the land, whether you do it here or somewhere else, in Africa, in Kenyon, perhaps, you are securing yourself financially in a tremendous way. Especially with what's going on right now in the world. People don't want to believe that the dollar isn't going to last. People don't want to believe that, but when it happens, it's over. And the numbers in your bank account or the dollars in your pocket, but if you own something that can feed and house you, that is space, automatically people are going to start to realize that value was always in things that could produce, not paper in your pocket, not numbers on your cell phone, according to a bank app.
What are we hoping to see from you here in Africa? Because a lot of people are moving down here. Yes, it's good to buy land. Are you looking to build up something that is going to be economically valuable to both you and also empower other Africans? Because a lot of us in Africa rely on the government for a lot of things. You know, if diasporans will relocate back, establish like you want to establish, have something like a brand where they create employment, they motivate, they teach other people some certain skills and other things. Many of us wouldn't want to go out anymore. So what are we hoping, or what are we expecting to come out of this relocation from you?
To keep the natives here instead of in Okay, I would say really the employment started as soon as I actually got here. Because when I got the land and I decided I'm going to build on it, I didn't contract outside of the country to get people to come in. And to build the wall I envisioned I would have in the U.S. I hired a Kenyon.
Yes.
And he hired labor.
Yes.
And, I told him, take your time getting it done. Don't do it on the Sabbath.
Yes.
Should rest on Saturday, but do it.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to business.
Yeah.
I think it's really in the mindset of the person coming. Because I'll be honest with you, people, I think it can go either way depending on who you're dealing with. Some can come to exploit and to suck the resources and to suck the labor like a mosquito.
Did you see those farms?
Yeah.
A lot of rose farms around that place, and mostly owned by foreigners. Roses, a lot of them around your plot.
Do they employ Kenyans to like tend to the grounds?
Actually, Kenyans are the ones who farm the flowers, but the flowers are mostly being exported.
Yeah, it sounds like that curse on our people, because even when you think about oil in Nigeria,
same.
They take it, they refine it in another country,
and they bring it back,
and then they bring it back and sell it to you
at high prices.
And in America, same thing. In our community, it's like the money doesn't stay in the community long. It goes out, and Louis Vuitton will get it, and any other big brand,
will get it.
It's a mindset thing. For me, like I said, I know for me personally coming here, even with the real estate company I'm working with doing consulting, I'm not taking any proceeds for helping them boost their sales. There's a language barrier to some extent, depending on who you're talking to, because English is the second-ish language. I mean, they speak English here, but they speak Swahili too, but they do business in English, which is a benefit for me. But I know, like, I'm working with at least one agent right now, and it's basically, hey, helping them close the sales. Not at a percentage, but I do think that's a good way to help kind of contribute back to the country and the society and business here. But it really is going to boil down to the individual, what their motives and intentions are. Just like I told you, when I was looking online, I was finding things about Kenya within the recent year. A lot of it really wasn't along the lines of but I knew what I was coming here for. And I haven't I don't know if this sounds good or bad, but I haven't connected with the people here who are from America, who are living a different speed than I am. Not because I'm, judging them, but I guess because, like I said, we're walking two different paths. So my motive coming here is to build up and help, and maybe there's something different. It's going to boil down to the individual. And the more you educate yourself,
the more you know how to handle people. All right. Thank you so much for being on the channel. I really do appreciate you. So the last word will be your advice to anyone thinking of moving to Kenya in 2026, because 2025 is almost running out. What will be your advice for someone who is thinking of moving down to Africa, Kenya, whatever, as long as he's moving down back to Africa and African descent? What will be your advice?
I would say, don't be afraid. Don't let fear hold you back. Read the room. If you have any discernment, I do think at this point you should be able to see what's going on in the more developed parts of the world where you are. The whole world is sustained and dependent upon this continent. Okay? Like I said, something cataclysmic happens in the world, this continent is going to be, for the most part, I believe, overwhelmingly preserved because it's so dependent upon. Now, as far as real estate and purchasing land, if you are interested in doing something like that, reach out to me. I can consult and I can connect you and I can help you do this in an even better way than I did. I like how I was able to get this accomplished, but I've learned so much more since then. It's something that I feel very comfortable advising on at this point. I deal with real people, reputable companies, and even with the last client I had, she's very satisfied with her purchase. So again, reach out. If you want to reach out, you need to know how. I have a YouTube channel at Back to Zion. Elway is the name of the actual channel.
I'm gonna be putting his links in the description of this video. So you can get to him. You can drop your other handles.
And on TikTok it's Elway.backtozion. And then also my WhatsApp. I can give you that number on the screen. To be honest, consultations have kind of picked up. I had to slow it down. So I'm gonna be opening some pathways back up so we can connect if you're interested. Again, I would, like I said, don't be afraid. And before you do anything, especially for those who are again faith-based, because that's my life, that's who I am. Pray about it, seek counsel, seek wisdom.
You just drop your handles.
Okay, so we have YouTube at Back to Zion, which is Elway. If you search up Elway, you'll see it. But at Back to Zion is what you'll have to type in specifically if you want to find my Elway, because there's other Elways, which is an abbreviation of my last name. You have TikTok, which is Elway.backtozion. And then you also have WhatsApp. For now, I'm going to give you my WhatsApp contact for business. It'll be a Kenyon country code +254 795 141 552 if you want to reach out to me directly. And that's all I'm operating off of right now. Again, things are subject to change, but at the time of this recording, that's what you can do to reach me. That's how you can find me.
All right, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you for sticking tuned to the video. It was nice having this great time with Elway, and I'm sure you guys will be interested to know how he goes on with his project. I'm sure I'll be visiting the site to show you guys exactly what he's doing one of these days, so that we can show you exactly how he moved 3 months ago and he has been able to establish himself. He's right now constructing his own property, moving into it. We'd like to show you the site, you know, the views, if possible, the animals that you can even see from such beautiful places. Thank you so much for being on the channel. Remember, this channel is a raw, unfiltered channel, and here we share our own experiences as Africans traveling Africa and also exploring Africa. Thank you, and until I see you on the next one, I remain Harry Tigansa Jingina, and from me and Elway,
shalom and blessings. Take care.
Take care. Goodbye.